but sadly, it wasn't one of our 52 genders. So, what? There's more than there's 63 genders now? Is someone just getting paid to sit there and think of genders?
So a video from 2016 and several older tweets have come back to haunt mr.beast, and now people are not only trying to cancel him for that, but they are also coming for him because of how much money he has. Yes, even despite him being YouTube's biggest philanthropist, people are still trying to end his career on the platform. But before we dive into all of those details, we need you to smash that like button to show some love to the channel. And with that out of the way, let's just begin. mr.beast has always been this sort of social media Robin Hood, if you will. His large endorsement deals with brands is typically his primary source of income for these giveaway videos, but the real money comes in going viral, hence the extreme titles like giving people money to quit their jobs. Many people have questioned though mr.beast's generosity, and previously in an article from 2018 with The Atlantic, he explains why he loves giving things away. In the article he says, "I genuinely enjoy helping people. It's something I've had an issue with. I'm that much of a nice guy. I don't know why, and I'm not just saying this to look good, I've just always been a really nice guy." Although today he may be eating those words as people jumped on the hashtag Eat the Rich. One user writes, "I just can't believe mr.beast never gave anyone his money. He's never gave anyone his money ever in his life, and I'm sick of it. He's only given his money to his friends and no one else outside of his friends. Hashtag Eat the Rich." Although anyone who follows mr.beast knows that this is the furthest thing from the truth. Most of his career has been devoted to planting trees, distributing food to the needy, and handing out huge sums of money to clearly random people. Although just because he does all of these nice things certainly does not absolve him from the homophobic comments that he made in his past. Def Noodles was the first one to dig up an older video that we can't even play on here because it's literally just slur after slur. I mean, if we played it, it would just sound like someone flatlining at a hospital. Def Noodles describes the clip that has been viewed over 30,000 times, saying, "Video of mr.beast saying homophobic slurs in a live resurface. This is on the same many are calling out his friend Chris Tyson for making Islamophobic statements in older tweets." Another user on Twitter combined these two reasons for cancellation into one tweet even. Karen Doe writes, "Just because it was normal at the time doesn't mean it's okay. mr.beast is transphobic and homophobic, period, and he should donate most of his money to gay people. Hashtag Eat the Rich." Beyond video evidence of Jimmy freely using homophobic slurs, there was also several tweets where he used the notion of being gay as a punchline and thus using the F word, if you will, to diss whomever he's speaking to on Twitter. These tweets as well are from 2016 and 2017, so it's not like he didn't know that these words were cancelable offenses. I mean, 2016 is really when the cancel culture movement took off, and so content being thrown around like this should have brought more attention, but people were too busy worrying about what Donald Trump was tweeting to even care. Regardless of his personal sexuality, the intention behind using slurs like this is still an issue with many. According to The Atlantic's initial report on this back to 2018, they reached out to Jimmy for comment but said he showed no regret or remorse. In his response, he is quoted as saying, "I'm not offensive towards anyone. I'm not offensive in the slightest bit in anything I do. I'm just going to ignore it. I don't think anyone cares about this stuff." He then asked if The Atlantic could simply run a positive article about him not including his use of slurs. And when The Atlantic notified him that this would not be happening, he suggested that they send him a list of questions that he could answer over email. Although he did abruptly end the call after saying that he was just a dumb kid that makes YouTube videos and that he doesn't like doing interviews. Minutes after that call ended though, Jimmy would go on to delete all of the tweets where he used homophobic slurs. This is a rough one to talk about because of how much charity work he does, but hey, no one is safe from personal accountability, and in the age of cancel culture, the masses will hold your feet to the fire over past comments they deem problematic to progressing further as a society. We would love to hear your thoughts on this story though, so do you forgive mr.beast for these past comments, or do you think the cancel mob is correct for canceling him? And while you ponder that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled "Kim Kardashian Now a Billionaire." Shelby Stroud says, "I'm surprised it took this long. I've heard really good things about Skims." Shelby, you are honestly the first person I've heard that has actually said anything good about Kim Kardashian's product, so I'm happy to see a little bit of both going around at least. Juan Nunez says, "I'm glad Johnny is not reporting any more satanic stuff." Hey, if Lil Nas X comes back up in the news again, so will Satan. Not that those two are connected other than through the shoes. Maribel says, "She should have been a billionaire before her sisters, obviously. I mean, she started their careers." Shade, but true. Actually, I would have thought that Kris Jenner would have been a billionaire first. She really started all of their careers. Your local Marvel fanatic says, "Funny how she became a billionaire after she left Kanye." I think it just worked out that way. Lizzie Sutcliffe says, "Can't believe this amount of money is in the hands of a self-centered, fake, and useless celebrity. Life is really mean." Lizzie, she started 2 companies, which means that she created jobs and therefore her business becomes valuable to the economy. I think this shouldn't be a story that gets you like upset, but rather inspires you to follow through with what you're passionate about. But either way, that has been today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube.